This episode of the Red Bull Rant is brought to you by the fine patrons that support us through patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. You can support us for the low price of $1 a month, and you can get exclusive content, including a monthly wrap-up for the New York Red Bulls. We want to send a special shout-out to our patrons who support us at $5 a month. That is our producer-level reward. Thank you to Jeremiah Dempster and William Martin. Now, on to the show.
The Red Bull Rant is a free-flowing conversation amongst three lifelong wackos that may contain adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness!
Welcome, my friends, to the show and friends. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jackknife.
I'm Pat McDonald.
I'm Truman, and this is episode 293, The Rock Bottom, a.k.a. the Stone Cold Stunner, a.k.a. the Chokeslam, a.k.a. the F5, a.k.a. the Crippler Crossface, a.k.a. the Last Ride, a.k.a. Fade to Black, a.k.a. the Jackknife Powerbomb, a.k.a. Sweet Chin Music, a.k.a. the Bitter End.
Yeah.
That's, about right. So, hooray. Actually, hold on. You know what? I think this deserves this. I forgot that this beer was like a nitro or something like that.
I thought you were going with toilet flush sound effect.
I mean, that works too. It kind of does work for both. But, yeah. Here's to a fucking fabulous season, Red Bulls.
Yay.
I mean, it was a fabulous regular season.
Sure.
I'm just going to say the same thing I've been saying about the playoffs, and I say this after the first loss to Columbus. Greatest team to not win MLS Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Again and again and again and again.
But this time we are literally the best team to not win MLS Cup.
Yep. Well, at least the argument was settled that the Red Bulls will not be the greatest team in like one season.
Nope.
They really, really put the nail on that one.
Big time.
Yeah. So tweets.
Sure.
You got them up.
Yeah. I'll read these first two, and I don't know when I want to throw this other one in, but there's a few here. So first of all, Jake at Jake87_ says, "I'm disappointed, yet still can't wait for 2019. That is all." I can wait a little bit. I can't. Maybe when the new year rolls around, I might get excited. Chico FFS just has sad face emoji, which is pretty good. We did someone tweet us and a bunch of other people saying every fucking time, which is pretty accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Casey Jones at Grateful Shred 23 says, "I haven't been able to put in words how I feel about this loss yet. So I'll simply say thank you for all the work you do to make this podcast. Until next season, your brother in misery."
Yep.
And I'll read this one now from our friend at Flava Fib, who we met at Grasshopper.
That we did.
Yeah. Shield. We'll call him Mr. Shieldy.
Yep.
But I actually like this. Maybe we'll do a happy thought real quick. Not sure if this has ever been considered or not, but what are your thoughts on some emblem on a jersey to rep the Shields one? Stars on top of crest for cup, maybe shields underneath, or empanadas. What would you think about throwing shields up on a jersey?
I mean, if it was considered a legitimate championship in this league, sure.
Yeah, I'm with Jay. If it was the championship, sure, but we're this is America. We're all about the playoffs.
What would you say maybe on the back collar? 3 silver circles?
Here's the thing. No matter what you do, somebody's going to be pissed off with it, so it's just better to leave it alone.
And then all the people all the like 3 and 27 teams that win the Open Cup are like, we want to be represented too.
They can do it.
But at least it's not an MLS thing, right? So like you could say, oh, okay, if it's a non-MLS game, put it on it, but whatever. Anyway, that's way too far to this conversation. Point being, if MLS treated the Shield like a legitimate trophy, let me phrase it. If MLS started the Shield as a legitimate trophy and then just co-opted it from the supporters, then maybe.
I think it's a legitimate trophy, but it's not the championship.
Right. I think, they definitely display it when there's teams going for it. It's definitely talked about a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's right. We live in playoff universe, so it's just where we are right now.
I would love for it to be considered an official title, like maybe a Bronze Star or something like that, or a Shield, like a Shield, sure. But MLS isn't going for that, so.
Yeah. And you know what? In the end, look, we can't get it done for the big game. I don't think we should have the consolation stars on our jersey,
Right.
And more importantly, how do you explain to somebody, oh, well, the stars mean MLS Cup and the shields mean this? And
that's why I said 3 shields on the back collar.
And then there's going to be some supporters like, why is the shield put on the back of the jersey? Why isn't it put up front with everything else?
Well, fuck them.
I'm just saying, no matter what you do, nobody's going to be happy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this one. Should we just do the likes first? Because I feel like there's not really any of those.
I also feel like this game was like 3 weeks ago.
It definitely feels that way.
We got a tweet 8 minutes ago. Do we not read that one?
Because it's not for the game. That's why.
Oh, okay. Just we're saving it.
Yeah,
that's a general feeling. It's not a. I mean, it is a playoff thing, but it's not this specific game. That's why we're going to save it. Yeah. I guess my like is the fact that I don't have to worry about Saturday. I mean, I get to not have to. I don't have to watch TV. I don't have to go out in the cold. I can do whatever the fuck I want to now.
Sure.
Why not? That's Jeff Jarrett.
Because I didn't want to pay money to go watch the possible championship game.
I fucking would have.
Yeah.
I mean, Pat had my ticket ready for me, so
I did.
Sarcasm, but
can we do a dislike of we don't know if our refund's coming for that game or not?
I did get mine. I did get mine.
All right.
Yeah, I did finally get mine.
It took like last time in 2015. It took like a week. So
yeah, they finally. It's funny because like they're still like if you give them the okay to charge you for the next game should they win, it's like that shit is taken out of your account the like 9 o'clock in the morning after a game. Well, it takes a week to get a refund. Maybe they're waiting for that Tyler Adams money to come in.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What's there to like about this? I'm going to say that Pat and I found a good parking spot for the game.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
That we didn't have to pay for, and it wasn't too terribly far away.
Yeah. Sure, I'll double down on the parking spot.
What else is there?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
I drank a beer that cost less than it would have in the stadium.
Wait, hold on. I got another one. I got to see the little flamey things go off.
Flamey thing for the false alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
All right. Who wants to go first on the dislikes?
Let's burn this shit to the ground. I'll go first. What's the dislike? Number one, they threw out the same lineup that didn't do anything in the first one. I thought you could have mixed it up in one spot or two. Let's see. Atlanta dove all over the place starting, 3 minutes into the game where player takes glove to the leg and looks like he got shot in the face and rolls intentionally onto the field. So they had to stop play. Mm-hmm. What else is there?
The fact that some stupid fan threw the glove in the first place.
Well, yeah, it's also stupid. Bradley Ray flips, of course, nothing in this game again. How about the fact that the one goal that was scored and the one goal that was scored and takeaway was by defenders? So again, forwards, wings did nothing in this game.
Yep.
They played fast for maybe 5 minutes, even though we knew kind of Atlanta was just going to bunker down the entire time, which is completely understandable. It was just a game that was seemingly impossible to win. It really was. There was no hope from kickoff. There was no early goal. There wasn't a goal before the first half. You just stood or sat there like an idiot, hoping something would happen. It never did.
I guess I'm just going to dislike fan behavior. Don't throw shit on the field.
How about don't jump onto the field?
Someone jumped on the field?
Well, let me tell you, I guess at the end of the game, after we had already left, of course.
Yeah, we left early, and we're not ashamed of it.
During, I guess, when the players were walking around, two fans decided to jump on the pitch. One guy landed, the other guy landed and broke his leg.
Well, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
So this is when the Red Bull players were like trying to go by and like
clap the fans and all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? The guy who broke his leg fucking deserves it.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yep, idiot.
Yeah. No, it's. I mean, like I had my cousin's husband at a family Christmas party the following Saturday is like, "Hey man, what's with Red Bull fans, man?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it was embarrassing."
And that was so atypical for the season too.
Yeah, I mean, we try to claim we're the best fans in the league, but something like that, it erases any claim we have to that title.
Or throwing flares from the second deck of RFK onto fans below you.
Yeah. But I mean, in particular, you want to at least have your home crowd behave itself. But I mean, we missed it again. We left early, but apparently, I guess Jay was saying stuff was hitting the field big time towards the end of the game. So
I saw tweets about people were breaking seats and taking them with them. Like, what the fuck does that accomplish?
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
I didn't hear about that. Yeah,
I don't know if it's true. I just saw tweets. It's just, and then there was I think when Lorenowitz was hurt towards the end of the game, there was I'm guessing she, based on where she is on the field, I'm guessing Viking Army or supporters because she's on the field like behind the ad board, and she's just sitting there yelling at Lorenowitz. Like, I understand you're pissed, but the Lorenowitz injury was a real injury. Like, it's one thing to get on players for milking it, but Lorenowitz was not milking that at all.
Well, I mean, at what point in the game was that?
It was like the 85th minute.
Yeah, so here's the thing. The whole game up to that point, Atlanta players are falling down when the wind hit them.
But Lorenowitz was never one of them.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's once your team does that for an entire game, you're not going to take anyone's injury.
But he was also off the field at that point that I saw the yelling happen.
You still, at that point, when your team has been flopping all game, what do you expect? I mean, I'm going to be flat out. I was not at all emotionally invested in this game. I stood up once, clapped maybe twice. I mean, I just sat there with my hands in my pockets and watching because I paid for the ticket. And at halftime, I asked Truman if we could leave.
You were asking like every 10 minutes.
Yeah. And after halftime, I was like, "Can we leave now? Can we leave now? Can we leave now?" Because I knew we weren't scoring 3 goals.
I'll tell everyone the funny story about this. So I'm there in ESC section right in the middle, as always, and Red Bull score. Atlanta's complaining. I could see the ref thinking, and I look at friend of the show, Jen Muller, who I always stand next to, and I said, "I'm telling you right now what's going to happen." I said, they're going to go to VAR. The ref's going to walk back. He's going to wave off the goal, and I'm going home. And that's exactly what happened.
Yes.
Walked over, no goal. I said, Santa Christmas party, and we got the hell out of there.
As soon as FS1 showed that first replay where Long got his arm, I was like, fuck, they're not giving us this goal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter how quick it happened. They're not giving it to us.
I was ready to leave anyway. I was going to be like, "I'll just meet you at the car." Like if you had stayed, like I'd left my seat before you even communicated.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we both had the same thought. As soon as this thing gets VAR'd, we're out of here.
I mean, we said it on the walk back.
Yeah.
I hate the fact. I hate I'm not a person who ever leaves a game early, ever. I don't care what the score is. But this is what this team's done to us. This is what it's made me leave the game early.
Yeah,
I didn't want to see them celebrate on our field. I didn't want to see our team come over and say sorry for another year of being, letting you guys down.
Yep.
I just can't bear it anymore. I don't care if I'm a bad supporter or whatever. I don't care. It's just enough is enough. I put my heart and soul into this fucking team every year. I go nuts every year.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't do it, man. Couldn't do it. Just couldn't bear it.
Yeah, it was, again, I mean, I almost wish I didn't go at all, but I paid for the ticket, so.
Yeah. I feel it was like it's the last game of the year. I'm going to go. I'm going to see friends. We're going to be idiots. It's kind of part of the thing. It's for me, and maybe that'll be my like of the game is that, yeah, the game sucks, but you get to be with friends at an awesome place. Still one of the best stadiums in MLS.
Mm-hmm.
And being in the environment is fun. And that's what you can take out of another disappointing season. The best regular season in league history, and it was a disappointing season, guys.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like they lost the series by a goal.
Yeah.
I could have maybe handled that. A hard-fought, two-leg battle.
To a team that was literally the best until the last weekend of the regular season.
Right. Like we said, it was 1A and 1B. That's what it was.
So,
maybe I could have tolerated that.
If they won 2-0 at home and we won 1-0, hey, you know what? It sucks, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, if they put up any bit of a fight down in Atlanta, that's what we'd have. But
or VAR called a few back, possibly.
Look,
I know.
They played like shit. All right, look, let's stop with the VAR screwed us. Played like shit that first leg. We played like shit. You just sat back. We already covered that game. So, but this idea that like Red Bulls were screwed. If anyone's holding on to that, I'm sorry. Red Bull screwed Red Bulls.
Or Vince McMahon?
That's right. Red Bull screwed Red Bulls. Damn it.
I wish I had thought of this phrase last week, or no, whenever we did the last show. The Red Bulls, I think, became the first team to beat themselves in the two-leg series by bunkering in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm. I mean, it's
not even like they were the home side in the first leg where you could be like, okay, they're bunkering, they're going to get away goals next round. No, they were the away side.
Yep.
Another thing that sucks too is that the MLS draft is not in Baltimore or Philly next year, which means I can't even enjoy that little preseason fun trip to the draft, which kind of gets you back in the mood. No, it's just going to be a fucking miserable winter.
Where is the draft next year?
I don't know. I think it's either in LA or Kansas City. I don't know, but it's not this year. It is not on the East Coast.
It's in Sheboygan.
Yeah.
It's Chicago.
Okay, yeah. So not going there. Not even if the Red Bulls pay for a bus. I'm not going to Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago's fun
in the winter.
Yeah, I was going to say Chicago's a good place, but not in February.
Right, not in the dead of winter
or January.
So it's like I don't even get to look forward to that. They really stuck it to us, and when MLS sticks us to us next year by making these one-game playoff series, oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the one-game playoff series, I at least feel like, well, who the hell knows? I thought the away goal was going to benefit us.
So, as somebody I've read said, the Red Bulls will find a way to fuck it up.
I'm sure they will. I mean, that's just it. I feel like one goal is the way because we're like, we're great at home. And then we'll be in first place. We'll play sixth place, Chicago Fire. And then we'll lose 4-0 at home. I mean, this fucking team, dude. It's just like, I mean, I was bitching at Truman like as soon as we left the game. And it was so nice and life-affirming to see Christian Dyer pretty much write an article say the exact same thing. This team needs playmakers. They don't have them. It's Bradley Phillips. We've seen him shut down. I love him. He's been phenomenal. Deserves to have his number retired. He's been shut down how many playoff series? And we found out this year, they're like, oh, well, he's actually scored a couple goals in the playoffs. And they've all come in garbage time. Like, none of them have mattered. Yep. And it's the Red Bulls do not have playmakers. They cannot simply rely on the academy. It's great that these kids are coming up. But I said it to Truman. I may have said it on the show. I don't remember. As soon as Florian Velo went down, this team should have signed somebody at the right wing. And to be honest, that's what they need to do next year. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. We know they need playmakers. We know they need another goal scorer. We know they need somebody who can put this team on their shoulders and drive a playoff game home. Atlanta has those players. They're named Miguel Almiron and Joseph Martinez. We don't have those guys. We need them. But is this team going to open its pocketbooks? Fuck no. Like, they're shedding salary. They're not going to use it. Come on. They just got $750 in allocation for Adams. Well, I'm just sure it's going to join the Dax McCarty allocation money.
Yep.
I mean, come on. That's what sucks is we know they're going to plug the whole Adams with probably Christian Casares, and who knows if he's ready. Probably not. And they're going to just ride Alex Muil again, who, look, played better down the stretch, but he's just an average MLS player.
Right. He's not the playmaker you're looking for.
What he is. And we have a DP spot. We have this allocation money. We won't spend it. We all know this. We all know we're going to probably be a fairly decent regular season team again, only to have our hearts broken in the playoffs once again because we don't have any fucking superstars.
Yep.
And we never will. And it's so frustrating.
When you look at the Kaku signing, which I think that was the plan, was for him to be the playmaker, and then halfway through the season they decided to play him completely out of position. And he became invisible as an assist guy. He hadn't had an assist since July, right?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So, again, that was going to be the guy, and then I don't know what happened to the game plan there, but he was just not that guy going through the middle and spreading the ball around. It just vanished.
I think the jury's out on Armas. It has to be. I think, again, I'm not going to take away the value of teaching these guys more possession-based soccer to accompany the high press, but I almost feel like he dialed the high press back a bit too much. We'll see how he does over the course of a full season next year.
Again, doesn't matter who the fucking coach is at this point. It doesn't matter. There's not a single coach who's won MLS Cup for this team.
Well,
this team needs to get over itself somehow, and I don't know what it is. I mean, they bring in players, they bring out players, and I don't know what it is where they just can't get over the hump here.
Yeah, well, going back to your coach thing, I actually, to be fair, I wouldn't have been shocked if Jesse Marsh got knocked out by Columbus. I mean, he was horrible in knockout games.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it's going to take.
Look, here's the thing. I think they now have the system. They didn't have that. And look, I've only been a fan since 2010. They didn't have that under Baca and Petke. They didn't. Mm-hmm. They have this system now. They have a high press accompanying with the possession star that Armas is. They need stars. They need athletes. I'm not saying Thierry Henry. I'm not saying Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I'm saying on the younger end, Jose Martinez, Miguel Almiron, Giovinco, who's now pushing 30, but that's what they need. That's what they need to bring in. And if they don't do that, it's just going to be more of the same. It's going to be another regular season where we're like, oh, this is the year, and they're just going to break our hearts again in the postseason. And let's not forget, Bradley Wright Phillips is getting old. I mean, he did score 20 goals this year. It's not going to last forever.
Yeah, there's going to be some kind of they need. There's a lot to talk about. They need a spark off the bench. Derek Etienne has, I think, proved himself to be a guy worthy of the roster, but he's not going to be the scoring machine. You're going to need a guy coming off the bench to, reprieve BWP, or what if BWP misses games? It's just, I don't know. There's just holes missing.
Yeah.
I can't. We should not be so mad about a team that had the best regular season MLS history. We shouldn't. This shouldn't be the way we're ending the season. again, I'll say we just said it 5 minutes ago. A lot more tolerable if it was a closer series, but the fact that it just was not. It was just. It's
exactly
so crushing.
It was like
so crushing.
I mean, this series was always going to go one way or the other. I mean, the teams with that close together, but when you just go and shit the bed on the road like that, and then I mean, coming home, I mean, you're down 3 goals. I mean, I almost found it funny that people were into the game as much they were around me, like screaming, like, "I need to be doing this." I'm like, dude, they're down 3 goals. Like I have
Atlanta was bunkering the whole time.
Yeah, I have a Nintendo Switch in my bag. You know, I'm like fully ready to bust it out. Like, and that's not a lie, folks. I brought a Nintendo Switch into the stadium just in case it got ugly fast. If Joseph Martinez had scored that goal, if I didn't leave, I was going to totally play Mario Kart.
I was ready to turn that game off.
Seconds into the game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been like the fastest playoff goal.
At least I would have gotten out of the cold earlier.
I don't think it would have been no, it couldn't have been the fastest because I think Columbus was
yeah,
what?
a few years ago.
Okay, it would have been like top 5 then or something like that.
And it would have been scored again, but you know. I guess let's read the tweet with from Jeremiah, Red Coach Jay. We'll read it now because as we're rambling and ranting, he definitely throws something in here. So let's just say Jeremiah says, "It's all too much. I want to be pissed because we should have gotten so much more out of this season, this team. But I also want to be positive just because we did accomplish a lot to be proud of. Like we said, best regular season of all time. I'm in neutral and kind of ready for next season to just start. No matter what, though, there's no freaking way I'm watching MLS Cup. Just wake me up when it's over. Amen, brother."
That was my plan, and then I was invited out to go drink beers and watch MLS Cup. So
there's got to be something better going on.
The friend I'm going with usually buys shots, and I don't really like shots, but I hope he buys shots this time.
How many shots will it take to drown the sorrows of not being in that game, not being at the game?
Give me at least 2, because once we get to 3 and then we had all the beer I'll drink, I might not remember the game, which I guess is a good thing. But I'm getting to that age I probably shouldn't be doing the not remember things.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know. Actually, I'm well past that age. I totally shouldn't be doing that.
I'm past that age.
Yeah. And you're the youngest. You're the baby of the show.
I just don't know anymore. Honestly, Thursday to Sunday was just a huge kick in the nuts to me, sports-wise. Because Red Bulls lost, and I knew they were going to lose. I didn't. But they still lost, and it just got me. Then, not that I'm as emotionally invested, but Everton played such a great game in one stupid fucking decision by Jordan Pickford, and they lose 1-0. And the fucking Jets, dear fucking Christ, why the hell am I a Jet fan and a Red Bulls fan? I will never know. 16-0 lead on the Titans and gave up the lead on literally the first third down conversion the Tennessee Titans had gotten all day.
Here's the worst fucking thing about the Red Bulls. One, like, I've only been I already said this, I've already been a fan since 2010. I'd say for at least 2016, 2016, I'd say. Up until about then, I was like, nah, come on, y'all. This is the season we go get them. Don't you worry. Now I hate this team. Now I'm miserable. And I was always hated that misery, that Metro misery, and now it's in me. It's in me, and it's the worst. I can't. And then here's the other thing. It says, what the f*** is going on? Who is fiddling with their mic?
That was Truman. He stepped away for a second.
All right.
Sorry.
Back to my rant. Anyway, so here's the other thing that sucks about this team is that if you look at like regular season performance, this has been like the best team in the New York, New Jersey area over about the last 10 years. You know, it's just they can't do it when it matters. And it's like, I don't know if it's in the heads of these guys or what, but it's so frustrating.
This is going to sound crazy. So when the Rangers made the Stanley Cup Finals a few years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
They lost like 4-1 in the series, I think, or something like that. Like they didn't.
Yes,
yeah.
1-1.
Yeah.
I think this Red Bulls loss is worse than that Stanley Cup loss.
Oh, they made the Stanley Cup.
Right, they made the final. They actually got there.
No, but in terms of expectations, like this Red Bulls team, in the context of the Red Bulls, obviously, have had more expectations going into the playoffs than the Rangers that year did.
Right. Well, the Rangers, I don't even think was a high-seeded team.
No, they're like a wild card.
Right, and I think, what was it, the year before, the Devils were they were actually the second lowest seed to get to the finals, and the LA, who the Rangers also lost to, low seed, and the Devils lost in 6 games. But again, both teams had no expectations that year of going and winning finals.
So making the finals was basically the bonus already.
Right. Yeah.
Where
they get far, if they win, that'll be amazing.
Where not only win the Shield, but winning it the way they did, it's like, okay, now the expectation is you have to make the Cup final.
Yep.
And honestly, if you got in there, the expectation is probably going to be that you win it. But it was, at least if you didn't make the final, it was like, what are we doing here?
They'd have been playing the fucking Portland Timbers at home.
Again, they could have done it because Columbus had them at home the year that they could have made it.
Mm-hmm.
Again. And granted, it was scrubs, but we destroyed Portland in the first week of the year.
Yep. With a backup team, and I fully believe that this team would have. They're going to win a home final. They just are.
Of course they are.
Again, they did win that last game of the year, the last playoff game. They won it, albeit they won 1-0 with the goal scored in the last minute of the game. But still, they again shut out the other team. Again, a team that bunkered, a team that was not playing the regular style because they were up. But still, also, I have a new theory about this team. They only need 2 defenders. You see the way they played? They were subbing in every offensive guy, and they still were not giving up goals or a lot of chances. Just put that. 2 defenders from now on, the whole next season. Just 2 defenders, all midfielders and folders for us.
Maybe not the whole year.
Nah, fuck it. Who cares? Let's do it.
I mean, you might as well go for broke, right?
Lose. Not making the Cup final?
True. You know what? Speaking of that, the subs, like, listen, I get you want to see how you start the second half, see how it goes, but you're down 3-0.
Yeah, you're seeing how it goes.
Why leave Connor Lade in there? Why leave Murillo in there?
Because it didn't fucking matter.
And then more importantly,
they were never going to win the game.
I know. But I'm just...
They could have had Messi on the freaking field dropping bombs to Ronaldo. They still weren't going to win that game.
But, like, if you're going to even make those changes, why even have Etienne sit back a little bit? Why not just have him completely stay up? Just actually play 2 guys in the back. Because they didn't. They technically still played 4 in the back. It's just They were slightly higher up.
Well, it's probably because Joseph Martinez nearly scored 25 seconds in.
Well, you know what? In the second half, it doesn't really matter because you really have to go for broke at that point.
The game mattered at all. They shouldn't even called it. They should have just run a simulation on FIFA and saved us all the time.
We might have actually scored 2 goals at that point.
Yeah, right.
Hey, I will say this. Connor Lade might have been the best player on the field that night.
He was fine, yeah.
Winning headers. He was winning headers.
And he's a little guy.
He was
Look at my Instagram.
Himself into the air and winning headers. So props for playing that he had a bad game in Atlanta.
You
played a damn good game in this one. Might have been the best player on the field.
It's sad that this game came down to one thing. The series really came down to one thing, and that was just executing the game plan.
Mm-hmm.
And Atlanta did it. The Red Bulls did not.
I think the Red Bulls executed their game plan. It was like, let's just let them shoot forever.
Yeah.
That won't backfire.
In the ball and try to lob it forward, which always works in Red Bull playoff history.
Tom Brady doesn't fucking pressure anybody.
When we get Pro Rel, I'm switching to Bayonne Teamsters FC.
If that's not a real team by the time Pro Rel comes around, I'm going to be a little disappointed now.
It is a real team.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I had another thought, but I can't think of it.
Everything sucks. Christmas is canceled. Fuck it all.
Okay, only one thing, just for MLS Cup. obviously in Portland, Atlanta. If we care about CCL next year, we need Atlanta to win.
Ugh.
Yeah.
How much does that hurt? That hurts even more. They fucking KC couldn't even do their fucking job.
Yeah, we got to root for Mr. Glove Hurts My Face, Sounding Ruin.
I don't want to root for Atlanta.
No, it's going to be...
I can't root for a fucking second-year team to win the cup.
Yeah, I think I'm going to order 2 PBRs every time I get a drink tomorrow on Saturday.
Probably not a bad idea. All right. Anyway, are we done with this game?
Yeah. Well, we were done last Thursday, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Are we done talking about it?
Yeah.
All right. I have a lot of dumping grounds. So, first, end of season moves. Red Bulls have already started to announce some stuff. Tyler Adams is gone. He's been transferred to Red Bull Leipzig and will join them when the window officially opens in January. No talk of what the fee is because MLS doesn't talk about that shit. But it sounds, depending on which source you read, it sounds like we're either getting the max 750 allocation from the transfer or nothing. I don't know where the fuck it.
I'm sure it's again. I'm sure we're getting the max allocation. We're just not going to use it.
So it might as well be nothing.
Yeah.
Options exercise for 2019 at goalkeeper.
Can't believe I already got season tickets next season. What the fuck is wrong with me?
And you said that the Metro stuff has gotten into you.
It's the worst.
Options exercise for 2019 goalkeeper Evian Leroux, Ryan Mera, defender Kyle Duncan, Aaron Long, and Mario. Midfielder Vincent Bezecourt, Etienne Jr., Mouil, Valo, Ford, Anatola Bon, which, God, when's the last time we've seen him?
They're still holding out. Cope, that guy's going to come through?
Yep.
Apparently.
Yep.
Good God. Does he have, naked pictures of somebody?
Must.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Vincent Bezecourt, he's the answer right there.
And Brian White. Options declined, Aurelian Collin, Ethan Cutler, Kevin Pultz, which I don't even remember him playing, and Carlos Rivas.
They all make sense. Cutler had one good game, though, so I'm a little surprised there, but the rest all makes sense.
Yeah. These players may not be back. Their loan options were declined. Fidel Escobar and Rizza. So Rizza sounds like he's going back to Salzburg.
Yeah, and from the post the Red Bulls made, they're like, bye-bye.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh, he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And currently out of contract, Tim Parker and Tommy Redding. And Parker is, according to the club, in discussions for 2019.
That's a plus, since a lot of signs look like he was going to try and test Europe.
Yeah. Quick side note. Do you guys remember who we got for Sasha Kleshin at the beginning of the year?
Tommy Redding and Carlos Rivas.
Mm-hmm. Not saying the trade is a failure, but...
It was just to get rid of
I know.
Sasha.
The other thing is they got Carlos Rivas, who costs a bundle, and he didn't play. You know?
It was still less cap money than Kleshin, I guess.
And what'd they do with that cap space? Nothing.
Well, of course. Right now, currently under contract for 2019, Robles at defense, Lade, Lawrence, and Hassan Nadam. Midfield, Christian Caceres Jr., Sean Davis, Andres Ivan, Kaku, John Christopher Kofi, Ben
What the fuck is that?
I think some RB2 player, and Daniel Royer, and a forward, Bradley Ray Phillips. So, before anything else, do we even want to talk about where the current state of the Red Bulls roster, or just...
Nah, don't we have a Red Bull wrap-up nonsense show to...
That's true, we do. We may.
Well, how about this? On 3, 2, 1, say who gets expansion drafted. 3, 2, 1.
Nobody.
Oh.
Wait, it's only Cincinnati this year, right?
Losers. Yeah.
Yes.
The question would be is who gets who's going to be left unprotected?
I forget, how many can you protect?
I think it's 9, something like that.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. All right. In other news, the Red Bulls received $380,000 from FIFA in payout for Fidel Escobar and Murillo playing for Panama in the World Cup.
And what are they going to do with that money?
Nothing.
Right.
I feel like I need a toilet sound for now. So anytime we talk about money, I can just flush it down the toilet. Red Bull Arena is going to host the United States women's team before they head off to the World Cup in their last warm-up match against Mexico. That'll be May 26th at noon.
That will be a fun game to go to because, first of all, it will be May 26th.
Yeah, it'll be nice out.
The wind won't be blowing at 80 miles an hour and freezing cold. And I think you would expect a very hot atmosphere with these two teams playing each other.
And, World Cup atmosphere, if we recall the men's game for 2014, a nice big crowd and atmosphere for sure.
Mm-hmm. And it's Memorial Day weekend.
Oh. I still might get tickets.
Yeah. So if you are a Red member, you can buy starting December 12th and the public December 13th.
Cool. That's kind of interested in that one.
Yeah. Next up for me in Dumping Ground, just saw this on Twitter today. I thought it was kind of interesting. There is a contingent of college soccer coaches apparently being led by the guy coaching for Maryland who has some clout in the college game, pushing to change the college schedule from a fall-only sport to a whole year sport.
Makes sense.
College. So they would play from August through May. And the reason is obviously you get the players more rest, allow them to get their academics in and enjoy social activities. They're not cramming shit into like 2.5 months.
Well, I mean, they also think they need to get the game to mirror the professional game as much as possible because, let's face it, college soccer is getting killed by the academies right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, who was the first round pick last year? Who the hell knows?
Who cares?
Yep. So they're not appearing in this game.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I have is the Cofres Libertadores final, the second leg. It was supposed to be played at River Plate between River Plate and Boca Juniors. Right? Yeah, River Plate.
Sure.
I'm double checking. It was supposed to be played at River Plate, but the game that was originally supposed to be on November 24th, the River Plate fans attacked the Boca Juniors bus as was getting to the stadium. They pushed off to the next day, but the players were not ready. And basically it's been delayed. And now the game is going to be played, I believe it's Sunday, in Madrid.
Is that confirmed? That game is definitely happening in Madrid?
Yes, because it was confirmed last week.
I would so love if the hooligans somehow found their way over there and ruined it again.
And I think Boca Juniors was trying to bring it to the global sports arbitration body or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get it brought back into Argentina, and I guess nothing happened because it's still being played. And the best thing is, there was something else. I think it was I think it's River Plate, Jay. Oh, okay. But I think one of their players is under investigation for something, for match fixing, if I'm not mistaken, in Spain. So if he steps foot in the country of Spain, he'll be arrested. So it's just even crazier. Damn. I'm just curious about the turnout for this game. How many people would actually show up?
I think you'll get some people to come out and watch that.
Yeah, should be decent. And apparently Miami was a possible site for this game, but then U.S. Soccer stepped in and said no.
No thanks.
Yeah, we don't want the...
I was going to say, with what happened in Boca, I'm kind of okay with that.
We don't want the Barra Bravas coming up here and fighting.
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about, dumping ground wise?
God, no.
The XFL will not be played at Red Bull Arena.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It will be played at MetLife Stadium, which makes no sense.
Nope. Hey, first of all, it's great for the Red Bulls and great for the arena.
Yeah, exactly.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Dumb. There shouldn't even be a team in New York. Stupid. It's going to feel like the Metro Stars playing at Giant Stadium, but maybe with even less fans.
Yep.
Or the Hitmen.
Listen, they better be the Hitmen.
Oh, if they're not the Hitmen, then why watch?
Right. I already have my hat ready for them to just bring that name back.
So my XFL football is somewhere in the garage.
Black and red.
You know it.
Okay, so here's a question. Which league lasts longer?
Oh.
The XFL, or what's it called? The association?
The Alliance, American Alliance, whatever the heck it is.
Alliance of American Football.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Which lasts longer?
XFL.
Well, remember, the AAF gets like a, 1 or 2 year head start?
They get a 1 year head start.
I still think it's XFL.
Oh, man.
Vince McMahon is a showman, and I believe I recently read he has even more money behind this than he did the last time. Who's involved with the AAF? I have no idea.
Right.
With Vince McMahon's a name, you know?
It's amazing.
I hear players, but they're not, like, Hines Ward, I think, is like the highest profile player.
Still playing?
No, he's like the commissioner or something like that.
Okay.
The fact that you guys know you can apply to be team president of any team in the XFL right now. They're accepting.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Go to their jobs page. You can be team president. I'll give it to the XFL, but I don't think a New York team's going to last more than a year.
The XFL.
But I'll give it to them. I don't know why. Hey, the DC team's playing at Audi Field.
I mean, look, here's the thing: it's bad for soccer teams, but it makes so much sense.
It does, right? It doesn't make sense to play in NFL stadiums.
No,
it's completely insane.
St. Louis might be the only one that kind of makes sense because they don't have any team whatsoever.
Right,
and they literally lost the Rams like a year ago.
Yeah. It might be like Baltimore supporting their Baltimore CFL franchise, you know?
Yeah. Those were the days.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking up what AAF stood for.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a CBSSports.com article listing all the football leagues in the United States and Canada. So the NFL and the CFL, obviously people know about those. The Arena Football League is still around.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
The Alliance of American Football, the XFL, the American Flag Football League, which apparently started in 2017.
I've seen that on TV, actually.
It says, after a pilot debut starring ex-NFL stars like Michael Vick, Chad Johnson, and Terrell Owens, it hosts its first U.S. Open of Flag Football on the NFL Network in 2018.
Maybe that's what I saw it on, I guess.
The Freedom Football League, which is going to be another spring league.
That one's promoted by Donald Trump.
Maybe. Former players Jeff Garcia, Terrell Owens, and Simeon Rice are among 100 stakeholders for this 10-team league. Oh, and Ricky Williams is attached to it too. The Indoor Football League kicked off in 2009. And then the Spring League, which is the unofficial NFL league during the spring.
Can we just have a North American Football League Champions League at this point?
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
You know,
actually, here's a better question. 5 years from now, right? Because you gotta let these leagues get at least started. So 5 years from now, are there more professional football leagues or soccer leagues in the United States?
Soccer.
Yeah.
We're including everything, arena leagues, all that kind of stuff, lingerie football leagues, all this kind of wackiness.
Ooh, I forgot about that one.
Is lingerie league even going still?
Yeah, there's some kind of I forget what it's called, but there is.
Okay, but no, I said professional.
Football league is professional.
It's a professional league. People get paid.
No, so that means the NPSL doesn't count because it's not a professional league. And neither does USL. What's currently the PDL? I don't know what it's being called later.
Well, the thing is that the NFL and CFL are never going away, and I don't think the Arena League is either. So there's, I think, 3 leagues right there that are going to be sticking around.
And I say you have at least 3 leagues. You have MLS, USL, or I guess USL Championship, whatever they're calling it, and then USL Second Division. And then just because it should be starting soon, or I think some point in the next few years, the Canadian Premier League.
All right, so then I'm going to give it to soccer then.
Yeah, the Halifax, I forget what their name was, but there's a
Nova
Halifax
Scotians?
team. Yeah, no, they're like something with a W. And I looked to try and buy their jersey because my grandparents are from Nova Scotia, and like they weren't selling any. They're like, here's a T-shirt. I'm like, I don't want that. I want your Halifax jersey.
So yeah, I give it to soccer.
Yeah, I'm going with soccer. Because, the XFL, who the hell knows? Maybe it'll, again, with the showmanship, it might stick around. But I definitely see the other one folding. Like, remember the UFL?
Yep.
The one that Jim Fossil kept winning?
Yep.
How long did that even last for?
2 or 3 years.
I think they just bring back the World League.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That was my brand of football.
The USFL.
Oh, USFL was all right, but World League, that was the jam.
I remember that. What the hell was the name of that?
NFL Europe.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the New York team.
Knights.
There you go.
Don't even mess with me, man. I loved World League.
Yeah,
I want the Dragons. I want the Monarchs. I want them all back. The Frankfurt Galaxy.
I hated the Monarchs. They were so good.
Right? That league. There was a team in Birmingham, I believe.
Yeah, there's always a team. Actually, they were talking about the XFL and they were Michael K show, and Don LaGreca, when he was guessing, is like, well, they put a team in this. Anytime there's a new football league, they put a team in this city. He's like Birmingham, and Rosenberg was like, nope. XFL skipped Birmingham this
That's
time.
probably a smart idea because the AAF is putting a team in Birmingham.
Yep, there you go.
And honestly, is anybody really going to pay attention with that being Crimson Tide territory? I know it's a different season, but do you think people are really going to care?
Do you think anyone's going to care anyway?
No.
Yeah. I mean, I forget what the quarterbacks they named that were in the AAF draft, and it was like
2 of them were ex-Jets, so that tells you a lot right there.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Sanchez is playing
Still
NFL football right now. So who's left? And the
I was going to say, who's
Hackenberg is playing in that American Alliance.
Yeah,
football.
there you go. That's right. That was one of the names. I was like,
And Matt
whoa.
Sims.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 ex-Jets. Yep, Hackenberg and Sims.
Matt Sims might be good. It's just that he's had issues.
Yeah. All right. If there's nothing else, the only thing we have left is Truman's terrible team of the week.
It's the Red Bulls.
I'm not gonna dignify the Red Bulls, so I'm just gonna look up the score here and then see that Villarreal beat Almeria in the Copa del Rey 8-0.
There you go.
I was going to suggest Sporting Kansas City, but that works too.
Yeah, Chokarewski, man.
Big time.
At least when the Red Bulls choked at home, they were already down 3.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
clean slate in that game.
So because we can't end the show prediction, since we can't have nice things, does Portland knock us out of the CCL?
Yes.
Most likely.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I believe I said it. I'm just not surprised with Portland because I believe I said this a few weeks ago is that they're not afraid of playing on the road.
Mm.
You want to talk about Atlanta and they're, we're great. I feel like Portland's a team that just gives no fucks about
And they play on turf anyway.
Right. So they're not going to care about playing in a loud stadium. They fucking play Seattle all the time.
They fucking took Seattle out at home in the playoffs.
Yes. So I believe they're a fearless team. It would not surprise me at all if Atlanta cannot handle the big moment at home.
Yeah, wouldn't shock me.
All right. Any last words for wrap it up?
No.
Okay.
Nada.
Patreon.com/Red Bull Rant, $1 a month. All you need to support us and get some exclusive stuff, such as monthly wrap-ups. And
Bullshit.
Yeah, we may do something over the winter break. I don't know. We'll see. You want to email us, redbullrant@gmail.com. If you want to call us, 973-348-5329. Facebook.com/Red Bull Rant. On Twitter, @Red Bull Rant for the show. At Dr. Stooge for myself. At PMACDA2 for Pat. At The Truman for Truman. Subscribe to us via iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, YouTube, SoundCloud, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast. Last words.
I have no teams to root for now. They all suck.
You have Liverpool.
Okay, I have no American teams to root for. They all suck. They're all terrible. There's nothing good going on.
You have the Mets, maybe.
Great. When do the Mets play? In the fucking wintertime? No.
Well, it just means that they can't disappoint you. That's
The
all.
Red Bulls are going to be playing again before the Mets do.
True.
So I got nothing. For now, I'm going to say let's watch wrestling. Indie wrestling will never let you down. I'll just say that.
And SmackDown Live's doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, and SmackDown. NXT will never let you down.
Yeah, I got nothing.
All right. So for Pat, Truman, and myself, this has been episode number 293 of the Red Bull Rant. And I can't say it the rest of this year, so we'll just see you later.
Welcome to the U.S. national team, Greg Berhalter.
Sure.
I totally forgot about that.
I just realized it too.
Do we want to talk about that or just say screw it?
It was the right hire. There you go.
There you go. We talked about him enough.
All he needs is 2 sentences.
Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.